In America, we don't turn to government to restore ourselves. We put our faith in Almighty God. You voted to make America great again. We are making America greater than ever before, and it's happening before your eyes. We will rekindle new faith in our values, new pride in our history, and a new spirit of unity that can only be realized through love for our great country. The American people voted to reject this corrupt globalism. This is the most important election in the history of our country. And yet, despite all of our greatness as a nation, everything we have achieved is now in danger. We will never give up. We will never concede. It doesn't happen. And when I'm reelected, the best is yet to come.
From America, you're listening to the Hip Hop Patriot, Jeremy Herrell.
Good Monday morning, all my LFA Live from America family. We've had a wonderful weekend. We had a lot of stuff happen this weekend. We got to get down to it. We got to break down what happened this weekend. We got to talk about things that are happening this week. So much to go over. And as you know, my favorite show of the week, besides Friday evening, by the way, I'll say, is Monday morning. Monday morning and Friday evening. I don't know which one of those I like better, but there's so much. I have so much built up and so much pent up over the weekend, from politics to social issues to going to church and getting that the energy from heaven and having that Holy Spirit in me all weekend. I just got so very much to say on Monday morning. So thank you for joining me on this Monday morning. It is May 3rd, year of our Lord 2021. I am your ever so humble, God-fearing but God-loving host, Jeremy Herrell, the Hip Hop Patriot, and I just want to say again, thank you for joining me today. I want to give live shout-outs. I want to go to them right away because we have a lot to cover today. So I'm going to go to YouTube for live shout-outs, and I want to say good morning to Greg Messick, watching from, it looks like, Colorado. Good to see you, man. Mandy Marie, watching from Arizona. A lot happening in Arizona. We'll talk about that today. Aaron Reardon, hello from San Diego, California. Good to see you. Melanie Gillig says, good morning, Patriots. Texas in the house. Karina Summers. By the way, my first time in Texas was this last trip to the border. That was my very first time ever in Texas. And what a welcome I got from you folks down there. Everything definitely is bigger in Texas, especially if you compare it to New Hampshire. And you guys, that southern Texas hospitality is definitely a thing. Kathleen Graham says, Jeremy, hello from near Rochester, New York. Good to see you. Chad Davis is watching from Minnesota. Steve Bryant is watching from Alabama. Good to see you, Steve. Appreciate it. Anna Smart is watching from California, as well as Debbie Fontaine. We got Dale Bailey watching from the great state of Pennsylvania. And let's do a couple more here. Rick Coates is watching. Tracy Augustine watching from Ellis, Kansas. And we have Joni Wyatt, my friend, watching from right here in Claremont, New Hampshire. And you know what? While I was gone, she held it down. Our city had a mask mandate meeting, and Joni Wyatt and others, while I was gone, held down the fort. Went to that meeting, and we actually ended up winning a vote of 7-2 to turn down the mandate after Governor Sununu got rid of it. So I was completely shocked about that. Jeff Edwards, I'd like to give you a shout. And so, Joni, thank you very much. I'd also like to say happy birthday right now to Donna Camacho. Donna Camacho says she's been watching every single day. She has not missed a show. since the election, and she just said today was her birthday. Happy birthday to you, Donna Camacho. I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful, blessed birthday full of fun and joy with your friends and your family. I would like to say thank you to Jeff Raffi. I hope I'm saying that, Jeff, right. I'm not sure. It's Jeff Raffi for the wonderful donation you sent over the weekend. I just want to thank you so very much. Judy and Dennis Washam also sent a donation over the weekend and a letter. And these are donations that are sent through the mail, guys. All of you guys that are sending, reoccurring through the website and stuff. I just want to say thank you guys so much. It's incredible what you guys have been able to accomplish with this show and getting it to where it is now and where it's going in the future. Patrick Pressler, I'd like to say thank you. I opened up the package of books that you sent me, and my wife and I will definitely be getting into those, and I want to say thank you for those, Patrick. And Pamela Boyk, thank you for the Smarties that you sent. I'd also like to encourage all of you today at some point, if you can, go to auditthevotepa.com so that you can work on getting that forensic audit done in Pennsylvania, much like they're doing in Arizona and trying to do in New Hampshire. But again, that's auditthevotepa.com, all one word. And I want to read to you, before we get into the verse of the day, I want to read to you something that was sent to me this morning. And you know how I've been saying this, I've been kind of reiterating what Steve Bannon says, that courage is contagious. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I have been encouraging all of you folks who watch Live from America, if you can, to get involved somehow. Everybody has a part to play. Your part might not be the same as another person's part. But let me read to you this morning what I read. On Saturday, May 1st, we had a city election. And this was sent to me by Telegram, by the way, in Rockport, Texas. If that name rings a bell, Hurricane Harvey hit right here. I ran for Ward 1 council person and won. The reason I ran was about draining the swamp here in a very personal and up-close way. My ward has, for I don't know how long, been represented by people with agendas which have nothing to do with the entire ward. Jeremy, I beat the established candidate 72% to 27%, which sounds much better than 78 to 25. I was picked on. My opponent tried to degrade my military career, 26 years in the Navy, and retired as a senior chief, E8, same pay grade as a first sergeant, by saying I was a government employee who has handed a pension, among other things. I want you to know that you had a hand in my campaign. Oh my gosh, thank you so much. I didn't read that part the last time. I guess I skipped over that. When things got tough and I wanted to quit, I would get caught up in your show and have hope again. We all are in this together, and I am so glad a friend of mine turned me on to your show last November. You talk about the group watching Live from America being about action, and this has been mine. I saw a problem I could fix, and I am now in the position to fix it. Thank you for your support to all of us deplorables, rogue Republicans, rabble-rousers, and insurrectionists out here. She says, America is being reborn, and we are the ones to do it. On a more personal note, I am from Rockford, Illinois. So I'm from Illinois, and that was a kind of a shout out to Rockford, where I actually used to live too. But ladies and gentlemen, right there, congrats on your win. Congrats on your tenacity, your determination, and having that courage to say, you know what? I know they're going to go after me. And you know what? Just how dare these people go after your military career? I want to say personally to you right now, thank you so very much for your service to this country, not only once, but twice now. And thank you so very much for standing up and having courage. And this is the kind of stuff that I'm talking about. And I get these kind of emails and messages all the time from patriots who are standing up and running and taking back this country. Isn't it amazing? Ladies and gentlemen, we have about 1,400 on YouTube watching right now. If you could all do me a favor and like this video, I would really appreciate that. And also share. I'd like to give a big shout out to RMA Apparel out there. All right. And also my America Strong button on JeremyHerrell.com is there. I am working on getting all of the stuff that you guys sent me for your American business on there. But if you don't see it on there yet, go ahead and sign up, because I'll cross-reference it when I try to add all the ones that I've got. And if they're already on there, we'll make sure that we don't double it up. But go to the America Strong button on JeremyHerrell.com if you want to shop within a conservative group, within a Christian conservative group, American-made businesses, because there is a handful of them on there now. So thank you guys very, very much. And I also want to thank you for shopping at MyPillow.com, because in the last couple weeks, you guys have bought almost $9,500 worth of stuff using the promo code LFA. And they just got a hold of me and they were completely amazed. And I want to thank you for helping this show grow, because I get a revenue split of that. And I just want to thank you so very much. All right, we're going to get right into the verse of the day, folks, because like I said, we got a lot to do today. And I want to give our honor and our love and our full attention right now off of politics, off of apparel, off of my pillow, and right to God where it belongs. The verse of the day today comes from Luke 15:8-10. Okay? And I messaged this newsletter this morning that you are more important than you think you are. You are more important than you think you are. You want to know why? Well, let's read this verse. Luke 15:8-10 says, "Or suppose a woman has 10 silver coins and loses one. Won't she light a lamp and sweep the entire house and search carefully until she finds it? And when she finds it, she will call in her friends and neighbors and say, 'Rejoice, rejoice with me, because I have found my lost coin.' In the same way, there is a joy in the presence of God's angels when even one sinner repents." When even one sinner repents. Think of that, folks. And then I went on to say this. Wow. Think about that setting for a minute. We spoke about this yesterday in my church. All of heaven rejoices and breaks out in song and celebration when just one sinner repents and turns from their ways to focus on a journey with Jesus. That is amazing. Think about a huge rally or a huge celebration. Think about a whole city that comes out for a parade when their team wins the Super Bowl or the World Series. Hundreds of thousands, if not millions, fill the streets to welcome their team home with a huge celebration. Music, food, singing, chanting, and rejoicing. Now check this out, and I put this in capital letters. You are more important than all of that. When you repent, trust, and follow Jesus with all of your heart, the celebration in heaven is 1,000 times 1,000 times 1,000 times 1,000 bigger than all of those city celebrations that I just mentioned. Picture that in your head. Now, when you help bring someone to Christ, the same celebration happens for that person. And you find favor with God, Yahweh, the great I am, for doing what he demands we do above all else. Spread the good news of the gospel to everyone. Sounds like a lot of work, right? But it's not. It's one of the easiest things to do if you allow the Holy Spirit to guide you and speak through you. Amen? Woo-hoo-hoo. Folks, don't focus on the trolls. Thank you for letting me know, but don't focus on the trolls. Focus on the word. Focus on the word, and maybe the people that are in here that you say are trolls will focus on the word too. Did you hear what I said? All of heaven rejoices when you alone repent and follow Jesus, or when you get somebody to repent and walk that journey with Jesus. All of heaven breaks into a celebration. Can you imagine what that looks like? We know what it looks like on the streets of earth. We know what it looks like on the streets right here in the United States of America or other countries. But can you imagine what it looks and sounds like in heaven? Thunderous applause, ladies and gentlemen, for one sinner repenting and coming to Christ. Oh, man, there's nothing better than that. There's just truly nothing better than that. All right, folks. Let's get right to it. Let's get to the Lord's Prayer, my favorite part of the show. Please, if you can, say it loud and proud from your lips to God's ears, so that heaven can rejoice right now just with you saying the Lord's Prayer. And if you're out there with me, whether you're 5 or whether you're 105, let's say the Lord's Prayer together, shall we? All right, here we go. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory forever. Amen. All of heaven rejoices over little old me, over little old you. All of heaven rejoices and breaks into celebration. Amen. Can you feel it? Can you feel the love on this show, ladies and gentlemen? Can you feel the positivity coming from this show? Positivity, love, facts, gospel, truth, Trump. It all goes hand in hand. The slurp, it all goes hand in hand right here on Live from America, doesn't it? Mark Fellows says, Mark from Michigan has never got a shout out. Hey, Mark, shout out to you from Michigan. Mark from Michigan, heaven will rejoice over you and everybody that you bring to Christ. How about that, brother? How about that? Somebody said, how much weight have I lost? I think about 12 pounds, maybe. Maybe about 12. Got about 48 to go. Trying to lose 60. Believe me, I'm heavier than you think I am. So, all right, let's get to the first and foremost section of today because we got a lot to get through. And we're going to get through it by the grace of God. This is actually a pretty sickening side to this story. We all know what happened with Officer Derek Chauvin. We all know what happened with the trial that was not fair. We all know the tragedy of a human life that was taken too early from this earth, regardless of his character, regardless of what he did, regardless of what he didn't do. Okay? Here's something that you may not know, though, and it kind of actually disgusted me when I read this. And I made sure I cross-referenced it and read it again to make sure that I just wasn't reading something that wasn't there. But it was there. So check this out. In an effort to make George Floyd a national hero, attorney generals in 3 different states are working with their governors to pardon and or expunge George Floyd's previous drug addict and what do you want to call it? Assault records. So George Floyd has drug charges and assault charges stemming back 20-something years. And now, in an effort to make him a national hero and say that he died with just cause and he died with valor, they are literally getting rid of his record in 3 different states. Why? Because they don't want the future. We all know, but they don't want the future or the indoctrinated or the dumb to actually look up and see what kind of a person he was. Now, character matters, right? Character matters. I'm still not saying that the guy deserved to die, okay? That's not what I'm saying at all. What I'm saying is character matters. And if character doesn't matter, then why do people ask for reference letters? Why do jobs ask for resumes? Why do people ask to contact former landlords or friends? It's because your character matters. There's even a thing in our court system called a character witness. And when you're getting rid of the character of a man who was completely filled with fentanyl and other drugs during this time, then what you're doing is you're putting him on a pedestal and you're bringing down the justice system. You're bringing down the police officers who were there to stop whatever it is that man was doing that day, and then further into his resisting arrest and then his eating all of the drugs and everything else. Now, again, that is not me saying he deserved to die. That's for God to decide that. That's not my job, and it's not my job to even judge him because God knows I've been in situations that aren't great. I've been in situations where I put myself that I shouldn't have been, okay? But I'm never like that. But to get rid of his record, to make him look like a hero that he definitely was not, is sickening. It's disgusting, and it's definitely exactly what's happening in this country from sea to shining sea. Up is down, left is right, bad is good, good is bad, and we are living in times right now that are unprecedented, and you and I have to stand up now more than ever. Do not be afraid to stand on your principles. Do not be afraid to stand for your values. Do not be afraid to stand behind the truth, to stand up for God, to stand up as a Christian, and to stand up for your opinions. Now more than ever, we need you to be courageous. Because this kind of crap is exactly what's going to. It started with the everybody gets a trophy crowd, okay? Then it moved into the I'm going to take my ball and go home crowd if you don't do what I say, okay? And now it's to the point where we're literally putting criminals, all the criminals you can in the world, up on pedestals and taking law enforcement and putting them down where the criminals belong. Think about that. Disgusting. Absolutely disgusting, stupid, waste of time, and it isn't going to work. You're not going to be able to You're not going to be able to cleanse this man and make him a national hero. It's just not going to work, okay? Moving on to stupid things and stupid organizations and woke organizations who are trying to make you believe that up is down, left is right, bad is good, and good is bad. Twitter and Facebook. Let's talk about them for a minute. And as a matter of fact, let's just go ahead and give Twitter right now the dum-dum of the day. And we'll tell you why here. Right in the swamp donkey bucket, because Osama bin Wannabe, a.k.a. Jack Dorsey, is definitely a swamp donkey Democrat. However, that's not what we're talking about today. Today we're going to laugh and we're going to smile, because what you have done and what I have done is actually hurting them. It is actually hurting their bottom dollar. And when you hurt their bottom dollar, when you hurt the bottom dollar of Coca-Cola, when you hurt the bottom dollar of Delta, when you hurt the bottom dollar of Netflix and Voodoo and the rest of these corporations who are giving millions and millions of dollars to Black Lives Matter and other organizations and pulling their organizations away from the American people, like Major League Baseball, what happens is you hurt their bottom dollar and then they start to realize, oh, we probably messed up. We probably shouldn't have done that. Okay? Twitter just last week alone, ladies and gentlemen, their stocks dropped over 15%, and they are continuing with that trend this week. 15%. Now, 15% may not sound like a lot to you, okay? Somebody just, Lori Latterer says, I deleted my Twitter yesterday. Good girl. Good girl. That's a little bit of courage right there. Let me ask you what 15% of $1 billion is, folks. 15% of $1 billion is $150 million. Now, you and I both know that Twitter and Facebook are worth a heck of a lot more than $1 billion. So let's just work off the numbers of 1 billion and 15% of that is 150 million. That means just last week alone, if Twitter was only worth $1 billion, which I don't even know, I didn't look and see what they were up. Or what they're worth right now. But let's just say they're worth $1 billion. That means they lost 150 million alone just last week. And Facebook is trending the same way. Their stocks are dropping like a rock too. Now, I cannot wait for people like Mike Lindell's Frank speech to work itself out. I can't wait for other platforms that are out to actually work themselves out to where they can host 1 billion people on their sites and stuff like that, because you're just going to continue to see them drop. Why? Because the left, the average everyday person on the left, I'm not talking about the left woke corporations. I'm talking about the everyday average person on the left are broke. They don't work hard. They don't make lots of money. Some of them do, but not on the same scale as people on the right, okay? We're definitely propping up this country. We're holding up this country, and the country, when it needs a crutch, definitely caters to the people who make the money and pay the taxes. And for the most part, that's the people who have a brain, who are center or center right. Definitely not left, far left, or any of these other, woke socialists that have taken over the Democratic Party. So the more we hurt them in their pocket, the more we win. Also, ladies and gentlemen, not only the more we hurt them in their pocket, but the more we work together, which is why I started the tab on jeremyherrell.com, which is America's Strong Businesses. So again, I know you've sent me your business name. I know you've sent me the address. But if you don't see your business up there yet, and you don't want to wait for me to comb through all of them and get my web guy to add them up there, all you have to do right now is go to jeremyherrell.com. That's 2 R's and 2 L's. Go to the America Strong tab, and you can actually put your own business in right there, right then and there. And hopefully you have a logo as well. And that's why we're doing this. We're doing this to drive people away from these corporations who have been living off of us at the same time as smacking us in the face. Literally, they've been taking our money, spitting on their hand, and smacking us in the face for the last 10 years. Okay? That's the kind of stuff that we got to get rid of. That's the kind of stuff that we got to work around. Somebody just said I'm buffering really bad. I don't see that. But Marley says YouTube censors conservatives too. You're exactly right, Marley. You're exactly right, which is why I am paying a hefty monthly fee to get on these digital TV platforms, which have a restream program built in that will allow me to be live on digital TV also, as well as live on all of my social media platforms. I hope to have that up and running by today, but it's a little bit more difficult than that, but we will definitely get that up and running any day now. And hey, if one drops us, we'll be everywhere else. It is just the way it is. Okay? All right. So that's what's happening in the land of Twitter and Facebook. And the motto there, go woke, go broke. Let's keep on keeping on, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's give you an update on the forensic audits that's happening in Arizona and New Hampshire right now. The update on the forensic audit that's happening in Arizona is the Arizona forensic audit is still pushing forward, still counting. Now, they've already got 2/3 of all the information that they need off the machines. So 2/3 of the, I think there was six tractor trailer trucks full of audit machines. 4 of those tractor trailer trucks have been sent back. That means they just have 2 more to get through today. Now, what they did is they just pulled all the information off them. They haven't actually gone and combed through that information. They just pulled all the information off of those machines and sent 4 truckloads back. They got 2 truckloads more to go through today, and they expect fully to send those 2 truckloads back as well today, which means they will have all the information that they need off these 6 truckloads. Now, Democrats have been fighting left and right. They've been doing everything they possibly can to get this to stop. And of course, you have to ask yourself why. Well, smart people understand why. Smart people get it. Smart people know that nobody wants to stop something if they know that the truth is what they portrayed on November 3rd. All right? They wouldn't be spending millions of dollars. They wouldn't be putting 70, 80 attorneys there. And here's what else happened over the weekend. There is a spy plane, a government spy plane flying around the Veterans Memorial Coliseum, just literally circling. So you have to ask yourself, what are they doing? What are they looking at? What are they getting from there? What kind of information are they trying to get? They're watching everybody, and we already know that that 3 major far-left Democrat national groups have been working day and night to try to appeal to the United States Department of Justice with, what's his name up there, Merrick Garland, to try to stop this, because they can't get the state to stop it. They can't get a federal judge to stop it. They need to get the Attorney General to step in and stop it. My guess is the Attorney General and the Department of Justice, as crooked as they are doing anything they can to figure out what legal avenue they can go to stop this, because you know what they're going to find. I know what they're going to find. The Justice Department knows what they're going to find. That stupid government plane circling the Veterans Memorial Coliseum knows what they're going to find. Now, the left also has worked with the local news there, and the local news has been seen taking pictures of the license plates of the volunteers who were volunteering their time, folks, volunteering their time to go there and do their civic duty as Americans, as Arizonians. Is that how you say it? Or is it Arizonans? I think it's Arizonians. Anyway, to go there and get to the truth, get to the bottom of the truth. Same reason that I left my family for a week and went to the border. I didn't want to be at the border. Last place I wanted to be was the border, ladies and gentlemen. But I had to go there to get the truth. And Secretary of State Katie Hobbs is doing everything she can. She's sneaking Democrat operatives into the Coliseum. She's trying to make sure that they go in there, and they're complaining about everything already. They're already complaining about everything, and they're saying that the people that are doing the audit are far right people, are criminals. They're doing everything they can to try to pull down the evidence, to try to make the evidence that we find not real or tainted somehow, that we did something to it, because they already know we're going to find it. They're not going to stop it. Okay, so if they're not going to stop it, they know what we're going to find. The only thing they can do is get dummies like Jimmy Kimmel and Stephen Colbert and the rest of these know-nothing losers who were handed jobs, never created anything, never built anything, never built successful businesses, never hired anybody. No, the stations hired these numbnuts to go on and have a show, and apparently that just makes them so, that just legitimizes them as some expert in everything in the world. It seems like they're experts at diseases. They're experts at elections. They're experts at everything. And they're all saying the same thing that Jake Tapper and the Morning Joe, they're all trying to demonize already the results of the audit that hasn't even been made public yet, because they haven't figured it out yet. Okay? Yes, we did find a dum-dum for April. I did pick one, and we'll get to that at the end of the show. So that's what's happening in Arizona, but they're moving forward. Now, they have a deadline. The Coliseum has a deadline for them to be on the floor up until March 14th, because for 5 days, from March 15th to March 20th, from May 15th to May 20th, the Coliseum has graduations on the floor of the Coliseum. But there's 2 options. They can either use other sections of the Coliseum because there is other secure sections that they can use of the Coliseum to continue the audit, or they can take a 5-day break and they can come back after the graduations are done, and then the Coliseum said you can have it for as much time as you want. All right? So, folks, that's what's happening in Arizona. Again, if you're in the area and you do not care about being watched, doxxed, or scared from the left, then please volunteer your time if you can. If you live in the area and it's not too far for you, volunteer your time to go help them. I think they still need help. If they don't need any help, then volunteer to do anything. Do anything that you can, and if you can't or volunteer, or if they don't need any more volunteers to do anything, then just continue to keep getting the word out there. Continue to keep spreading the message, like mine and many others, on what's going on, so people know. Okay. I'm just reading some of your comments here. Pray for Matthew. I don't know who Matthew is, but we'll pray for him, and all the others who are here that apparently disagree with everything we say but watch the entire show. I hate this show. I can't wait to watch it every day. Oh, these guys are far right-wing nut jobs and terrorists, but I got to watch them every day because everything they're saying is so true. All right, so before we get to the New Hampshire audit, let me play you a quick video from literally one of the biggest dum-dums in the entire world, and that's John McCain's wife. Okay, she is lobbying for a position to be an ambassador for the Biden administration. Okay, she might be more crazy, more of a rhino even than her late husband, John McCain, because she goes on here with Jake Tapper and just I'll let you be the judge. She goes on there and she basically lambastes every Arizonian and everybody who wants a forensic audit done by. I'll just let you watch it. I'll just let you watch. Here you go.
So let me ask you about
Good to see you.
this bizarre episode going on in your home state 6 months after the election. Republicans in Arizona doing something. It's just downright bizarre. They brought in a guy who's an election liar to lead an audit of ballots from Maricopa County. Even though the election board there is led by Republicans, they're using ultraviolet light and other methods to examine ballots, looking for evidence of voter fraud. Obviously, the same lie that fueled the January 6th attack on the Capitol. What do you make of all this? Is the Arizona Republican Party undermining democracy?
Listen, the whole thing is ludicrous. Quite frankly, it's ludicrous. And this also comes from a state party in Arizona that refused to be audited themselves on votes that were cast within their own party communications. So, the election is over. Biden won. I know many of them don't like the outcome, but, elections have consequences. And so this does not surprise me. Things are just aloof and crazy out there right now with regards to the election.
Quite a contrast.
Well, she is a swamp donkey Democrat. She actually is a rhino, but as soon as she goes and works for the Biden administration that she's lobbying for, she will switch from a rhino to a swamp donkey Democrat. What a loser. What a dum-dum. The election is over. Biden won. It's just ludicrous. I'm so ashamed of my state. Well, good. Well, that's why your husband never didn't even come close to winning the presidency. How he even won being a senator for so long, I'll never know. I'll never know. David Kraft says Jeremy's favorite word, democracy. Really? That's my favorite word? Oh, I'm having an entire special with somebody here in the next week or two on exactly why we are not a democracy and that we are a republic. My favorite word is republic, because that's what we are. We are the furthest thing from a democracy, and I wish people understood that. I wish people understood that. Now, I don't know who I can't stand more. Cindy McCain or Stretchface Armstrong. I don't know. Patricia says, I'm in Arizona. He is speaking pure truth. And it looks like cheating has consequences as well, Miss McCain. Hey, nice. Who said that? Who said that? Jackie Hillard says cheating has consequences as well. Wonderful, wonderful response. Hey, Cindy McCain. Nobody cares. Nobody cares about what you're trying to say. Now, we're going to make a phone call real quick here. We're going to call somebody here in New Hampshire. about what's going on here. So we all know what's going on here. New Hampshire's trying to pick far left people who to do the forensic audit, who say that there was no cheating and that President Trump lost fair and square, have already been on record saying that this whole thing is a farce and that we shouldn't do it. And the selectmen are not listening to the people of Windham, New Hampshire. Now, from what I understand, there is a meeting at the Windham High School gym tonight, an open meeting for the people that live in Windham to come in and express their desire to have fair and impartial auditors like Javon Hutton Pulitzer do this audit. And the selectmen are not listening. So we're going to call here real quick, and we're going to see exactly what they have to say. So bear with me.
You have reached the town of Windham. Please listen carefully to the following options. If this is an emergency, please hang up and dial 911. If you know your party's extension, you may dial it at any time. You may also dial by name. Press 1 for administration office. Press 2 for the town clerk. Press 3 for community and economic development. Press 4 for the tax office. Press 5 for assessing. Press 6 for the recreation office.
Let's town clerk.
7 for the highway department.
Yeah,
and
town clerk.
Windham Town Clerk's office, Candy speaking. May I help you?
Hi, Candy. My name is Jeremy. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm actually calling. We're live on air right now. I'm calling with Live from America, and we're just wondering, we'd like to know what the specifics are around the meeting tonight for the select board or the selectmen about the forensic audit. Can you give me some specifics around that tonight, when it's going to be, where it's going to be, and who's allowed to join in?
Okay. Hold on, please.
Thank you.
Thank you for holding. We look forward to talking with you soon. Please hold the line and we'll be right back with you.
Wonder if she's just ghosted me. She probably gets a lot of calls. Anyway, while you're waiting with this elevator music, please dial
Thank you for holding.
1-603-265-1200.
And we'll be right back.
That's 1-603-965-1200. Make your voice heard, ladies and gentlemen. Call the Windham City Clerk and have her patch you through to wherever she's patching me through. Probably to nowhere.
Thank you for holding.
Oh, you're welcome.
We sincerely appreciate your patience.
I know you're also busy.
Please stay on the line and we'll be back in a moment.
Okay. We'll stay on the line here for a little bit. You guys don't mind, right? You guys don't mind holding on and waiting? Kim says she ghosted me. I think she did. Thank you for putting the number up, you guys. Appreciate that.
Thank you for holding. We sincerely appreciate your patience.
We should add lyrics to
Please
this
stay on the
music,
line,
you know?
and
And that's
we'll be
what,
back in a
send it to
moment.
him. Be like, we cheated you. We lied to you. We don't want to do this audit. We lied to you. And we cheated you. And we know you're mad, but we don't really care about you. 'Cause we're gonna do whatever we want. And there's nothing that you can do.
Thank you for holding.
Well, that's what you
We
think.
look forward to talking with you soon.
Come on.
Please hold the
I can't
line
be on hold
and we'll be
forever
right
here.
back with you.
Maybe we'll give it another 15 seconds or so, then we'll jump off, then we'll call them back after we do some more news. We cheated you. We lied to you. We think that we
Thank you for holding.
are better than
Talking
you,
with
but you're
soon.
not,
Please hold the line.
'cause
And we'll be right
America
back with
is
you.
pissed. Well, we're going to hang up and call back, because I don't want to stay on hold forever. It looks like she ghosted me and just sent me to somebody else who definitely doesn't want to pick up. So we'll call back. We won't let that happen. All right, moving on, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, that is tonight, apparently at the Wyndham High School. I don't know exactly what time it is. I've heard 3 different times now, which is why I wanted to get the specifics from her. They actually had 2 different times on their website as well, on the town's website. So I just wanted to get the specifics. I don't know if I had to go tonight, I'd have to skip the show and go tonight. And then I don't know if they'll allow anybody who's not a Wyndham resident in the building. You might just be in the protest outside of the building. So, you know, I'm not really sure about what's going on, but we'll figure it out, and I'll let you guys know by the end of the show or by this evening, hopefully. All right, I want to give the next Dum Dum Award of the day. Oh, folks, this guy deserves, you know what? If anybody deserves the Dum Dum Award of the year, it would be this guy. But unfortunately, I already picked a Dum Dum for April. So I'm going to show you right now Mitt Romney over this weekend at he's booed off stage in Utah at the GOP convention. Now he is still at risk of being censured by his party in Utah, and that shouldn't even be a question. He should have been censured already for going against the Republican Party, for going against President Trump. Okay, Diane says you asked her a question that should have had a ready answer. Exactly. Why she had to ghost me like that, I don't know. But anyway, we're going to go to Mom Jean's Mitt Romney, and we're going to watch how he was booed off the stage in Utah over the weekend. And then we're going to go to another rhino who also deserves a Dum Dum of the day for coming to his aid so quickly. So here's Mitt Romney trying to talk to the crowd in Utah, where he's senator, and being booed. Now you'll see that there's like 7 or 8 people standing up and trying to clap. Like, don't boo him, you guys. Don't boo him. He's a Republican. He's my kind of Republican. Yay. But it doesn't matter. GOP is over. GNP is here. So let's move on and let's watch Mitt Romney be booed, shall we?
So what do you think of President Biden's first 7 days, huh?
Oh, 4 people up. Go back to Massachusetts. Somebody screamed.
So what do you think about President Biden's...
Now I'm going to pause it right here. See my cursor right here? See these folks right here? These folks are so upset that, you know, Americans, real, everyday Americans, who they're supposed to represent, by the way, not their establishment. Watch how upset these 4 get right here. And this gentleman right here comes over and tries to calm the crowd down and try to, please be respectful. Be respectful. He tells us to be respectful to Mom Jeans when Mom Jeans was the most disrespectful person on planet Earth to us and to our president. Okay, I'll go forward. Watch this.
100 days. Now, you know me as a person who says what he thinks, and I don't hide the fact that I wasn't a fan of our last president's character issues.
Oh, cool.
And I'm also no fan. Aren't you embarrassed?
Now, you hear what he just said? He said, aren't you embarrassed? Aren't you embarrassed, he said. Now, watch. This guy right here, he's coming to his rescue. And these people over here just can't take it. This woman's like leaving stage. This woman doesn't know what to say. And Mitt Romney literally just said to the crowd who's booing him, aren't you embarrassed? I'd have to agree with him. If I was living in Utah, yes, Mitt Romney, I would be very embarrassed to have you representing me.
And I'm also no fan of the president's... Yeah, sure.
My friends, this is the moment I was talking about. Please, thank you, show respect.
Oh, there's another one who stood up and clapped. There you go.
So, yeah, I understand that I have a few folks that don't like me terribly much, and I'm sorry about that.
Boo!
Oh, yeah, you can boo all you like, but I've been a Republican all my life.
You hear that? You can boo all you like, but I've been a Republican my entire life.
Nobody cares.
And let's follow it up with a...
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
You're fired. Nobody cares. And you know, we still have to give you the... There you go, right into the rhino bucket. Yes, it is a new month, ladies and gentlemen, so I cleared out those buckets. But that's exactly... Could you hear that? I know there's a few people, you can boo all you want, but I've been a Republican my entire life. Look, bro, if you're on the stage, I'm just going to give it to you real. Or what the youngsters say, I'm going to give it to you 100 real quick right now, already? If you're on stage and a majority of the crowd is booing you, your best bet is to just say, you know what, thank you for your time. I understand your guys' frustrations. I'll let the next person come up and speak. Okay? Nope. He is such a rhino establishment, think he's better than everybody else, so arrogant. He says, you can boo all you want, but I've been a Republican my entire life. Well, that's the problem, Mitt. That's the problem. You have been a rhino GOP member your entire life. And when are you and Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski and Adam Kinzinger and the rest of you rhinos going to get it? Your party is over. Your GOP is over. It belongs to us now. It belongs to that man right there, President Donald J. Trump, and he's got over 100 million people strong behind him. We don't want you. We don't like you. Take the hint, put on your mom jeans, and go out and go on vacation with your family. That's what you need to do. None of us care about what you have to say, and that proves it. And look, wait till Liz Cheney. Wait until Liz Cheney goes somewhere and tries to speak somewhere. The reason why these rhinos are avoiding crowds is because they know that's going to happen right there. Same reason that school boards are avoiding the teachers of each state. It's the same exact reason, folks, because they know they're going to get handled. They know they're going to get brought to the woodshed, as Joe Biden said that he wanted to take Trump out back and whoop him. You know what they ought to do? They ought to just put Trump and Biden in the octagon. Dana White needs to promote this. Put Trump and Biden in the octagon. Whoever wins is president. There you go. It'd be over in seconds. You know what I mean? But Julie Tomeo says there's a new class of Republicans, buddy. Exactly. 100%. And we're not going to put up with it anymore. It's just that simple. So he had one of his fellow rhinos from not too far from me, right here in New England, Maine, as a matter of fact. And her name is Susan Collins. So Susan Collins decides she's going to come on and she's going to defend her rhino friend. And listen to what Susan Collins has to say. Check this out.
Let's turn to the state of the Republican Party. Your fellow Republican Senator Mitt Romney, who I believe is a friend of yours, he was booed by delegates at the Utah Republican Convention yesterday. What was your reaction when you saw that clip of him being booed and the close vote to censure him?
I was appalled. Mitt Romney is an outstanding senator who serves his state and our country well. We Republicans need to remember that we are united by fundamental principles such as a belief in personal responsibility, individual freedom, opportunity, free markets, a strong national defense. Those are the principles that unite us. We are not a party that is led by just one person. There are many
Want to make a bet?
Prominent, upcoming younger men and women in our party who hold great promise for leading us. And I think that all of us who abide by those principles should remember Ronald Reagan's admonition to Republicans that the person who agrees with you 70 or 80% of the time is your friend, not your enemy.
And yet, if you look at what's going on in the House among Republicans, I mean, some Republicans, including Kevin McCarthy and Steve Scalise, are attacking and trying to undermine Congresswoman Liz Cheney just for fist-bumping Biden on the floor. Also, for speaking out against Trump's lies about the election. They're obviously also upset she voted to impeach the president. Is it politically dangerous to be a Republican like Liz Cheney, who tries to stand up for facts and truth regarding the election and the insurrection?
Liz Cheney is a woman of strength and conscience. And She did what she felt was...
Okay, we're going to stop her right there because she just said an absolute lie. Liz Cheney is a woman of strength and conscience. Notice that all of these rhinos go on CNN, but you'll never see them come on, you'll never see them go on, Real America's Voice. You'll never see them go on OAN. You'll never see them go on, once in a while you might see them go on Newsmax. And of course, you still have your Neil Cavutos and your, whoever else is a rhino that lives on Fox. These people are so delusional. They are so far detached from the American people. They are so far detached from their own party. We don't want to be the party of that anymore. And there's over 100 million of us that have hijacked your party. It's over with. It's over with. Much like BLM and Antifa were hijacked by the Democratic Party, the GOP has been hijacked by Trump supporters. And it's our party now. So just get over it. Lisa Murkowski, Susan Collins, Mom Jean's Mitt Romney, you're all gone. You're all gone. Liz Cheney, you're gone. Okay? There's a very small portion of the Republican Party left that are these special interests and these donors, these Jeb Bush lovers, the Bush family, people like that, the McCains. There's a very small percentage of them left. All right? And we're going to take them over too. Because they don't have the heart. They don't have the fight. They don't have the grit. They might have the money, but they don't have the American heart, and they don't have the people behind them. So another rhino exposes herself, and we already knew she was anyway, but Maine needs to get rid of her, just like Utah needs to get rid of Mom Jeans right over there. So now we're going to move on to give a Smarty Award of the day to somebody who is, a lot better off than the people we just mentioned, and that is Governor Ron Desantis again, folks. Boom! Right into that Trump bucket of smarties. Ron DeSantis. Is there anything that this guy is just becoming a rising star every single day? His mannerisms, the way he speaks, the way he talks, the way he goes at people who come after him with lies and try to do smear campaigns on him and everything. He doesn't take it. Governor Ron DeSantis will now be signing this week that famous bill that we've been talking about for the last few months, ladies and gentlemen, and that is he's going to be signing a bill that will ban social media outlets from deplatforming conservatives just because they don't like what they are saying. $250,000 a day for national candidates, like running for U.S. representative or U.S. Senate or president, $250,000 a day, and $25,000 a day for anybody who's running for a state or local position. And not only that, if they continue, if they get like a month worth of $250,000 a day, then the Attorney General and Governor Ron DeSantis are going to be looking to make criminal charges for silencing the freedom of speech of candidates who are out there obviously not breaking the law, not saying anything that goes against community standards. We never have, and we never will. Because I'll tell you what, when I was suspended last week or whatever for 7 days, okay, I could still go on this platform right now that you're watching me on, probably live right now. I could find videos of puppies and kittens being brutalized. I could find videos of ISIS. I could find videos of gangbanging. I could find videos of peddling drugs. I could find videos from the cartel. I could find videos from MS-13. I could find videos that were completely immoral for anybody under the age of 15 to watch, but yet still have access to. But I can't go on there as a white Christian conservative. Ooh, that's how you know they're losing. That's how you know their house of cards is falling, ladies and gentlemen, because they can't stand it. They cannot stand it. God bless Governor Ron DeSantis. Now let's give another Smarty Award. Now there's not going to be too many times that you're going to see me give this person a Smarty Award. And as a matter of fact, I'm not even going to say he, she, shem, them, whatever it is. I'm just going to call this person CBJ. And that is Caitlyn Bruce Jenner. I'm actually going to give Caitlyn Bruce Jenner a Smarty Award today. And the reason that CBJ gets a Smarty Award today isn't for the fact that CBJ is running for governor of California as a Republican, because I don't really honestly agree that CBJ, I don't know what to call. I could say he, she, but you never know what'll happen for that. Actually, Joy Behar, over the last time she was on air, actually mispronounced. Is that how you'd say it? She misrepresented Caitlyn Jenner as a he 5 times and then was told in her ear that you can't say that, we're going to get in trouble, and then she had to come back and apologize. But we all know it's a he. But anyway, Caitlyn Bruce Jenner came out and said that if you were born a biological male, then you should not be allowed to compete against girls' sports. Now, I thought, who in the world has a better outlook on this than CBJ? Born a biological boy and is now a woman, and actually was an Olympian, so played sports at the highest level. And even CBJ says that biological boys should not be competing against biological girls. Wesley Anderson says she's a hell of a guy. Janie Cavender says they'll get 2 for 1. Bah ha ha ha, she says. Regina says, sorry, but as a Christian, can never applaud anything that CBJ says or does. I don't think this is an area where we can actually say that we wouldn't applaud or we judge somebody for doing something. We can pray for them. We can say, wow, you are completely, to do something like that is, there's something wrong with you. But what he said is actually correct. Biological boys should not be playing sports against biological girls. I gotta give him that. Gotta give him that one at least. So I gave him the Smarty Award of the day. Watch, I'll probably lose like 50 followers. How dare he say she or he? How dare he give that person a Smarty? Oh, well, we try, right? We try to be we try to be fair here. All right, let's talk about the teachers' unions real quick. We got about 5 minutes left, so I want to make sure we get through these last 2 things. The teachers' union. I found emails. Emails were leaked from the teachers' union to the Center for Disease Control. Center of Disease Control and the teachers' unions have been working together this last 18 months to literally keep kids out of school. Okay? Even when many doctors said, hey, it's definitely 100% safe for kids to go back to school if we're jamming people in airplanes and we're in airports and we're in convention centers and we're watching sports and all this, kids can go back. Well, we now found out that the teachers' unions spent $20 million, donated $20 million to Democrat candidates at the same time as lobbying over the last 18 months to the Center for Disease Control to keep children out of school, even though there's nothing to back that up. And kids should be back in school. 100% our youth should be back in school. But we found out that the teachers union is bigger and stronger than we ever knew possible, because not only are they donating $20 million, aren't the schools broke? Don't the schools need money right now? Aren't there like schools clamoring for money, but yet the teachers union can send $20 million to Democrat candidates and at the same time sit and lobby to stay out of work and get paid? Absolutely disgusting, and this is in no way a jab at teachers. In no way a jab at teachers. This is a jab at the teachers' union, because these unions are a problem of today. While the unions were a good idea and needed back in the day, they are the problem today because they are literally so big that people's rights are violated constantly by these scumbags, and they need to be exposed, and that's exactly what we're doing. So, I didn't know if you guys knew that or not, but I wanted to show you, and speaking of indoctrination and teachers unions, I wanted to show you real quick a video of exactly indoctrination. This kid is on Zoom doing a report, and while this kid's doing a report, the professor attacks him nonstop for his support of the police. This is, again, the power of the teachers' unions and how these people can't be fired and what they're doing to your kids from a university level all the way down to 1st and 2nd grade. Ready for this? Check this out.
You brought up the police in your speech a few times.
She's the teacher.
So what is your main concern? Since, honestly, the whole reason police... it is systemic. The issue is systemic because the whole reason we have police departments in the first place, where did it stem from? What's our history? Going back to what Jeremy was talking about, what does it stem from? It stems from people in the South wanting to capture runaway slaves.
Maybe they shouldn't be heroes. Maybe they don't belong on a kid's show.
So I disagree with what Jeremy said about it, because I think cops are heroes and they have to have a difficult job, but we have to have
all of them.
Life. Oh, I'd say a good majority of them. You have bad people in every business and every part.
A lot of police officers have committed atrocious crimes and have gotten away with it and have never been convicted of any of it. And I say this as a person who has family members who are police officers.
Yes, I understand. And this is what I believe. This is my opinion. And this is, not popular to say, but I do support our police, and we have bad people, and the people that do bad things should be brought to justice. I agree with that. But I think that, I'm saying it again.
They haven't.
Well, I agree with you on that point of they should, right?
Okay, so what is your bottom line point? You're saying police officers should be revered, viewed as heroes? They belong on TV shows with children?
I think they are heroes in a sense because they come to your need and they come and help you, and they have a problem just like every other business, but we should fix that. But I think they're heroes. Well,
I think that's the problem, is looking at it as a business. Because they're actually supposed to protect and serve.
So, ladies and gentlemen, that's what's going on in your schools. That's what's going on in our schools, and that's just a small portion of it. It's much wider and it's much bigger than what you just seen. And it's actually disgusting. I want to read something to you real quick. This says, it was sent to me. It says, funny, isn't it? If you die within 20 days of testing positive for the CCPV, no matter what other factors were involved, you'll be counted as a CCPV death. However, if you drop dead within 24 hours of taking the CCPV, it has nothing to do with it. Isn't that ironic? Isn't that funny? Oh, what's good for the goose isn't good for the gander, I bet, right? Works for them, but not you. Talk about hypocritical. All right, one more thing. President Trump endorsed Susan Wright for Texas's 6th district, and she had a runoff election against Trump-hating Adam Kinzinger-backed candidate Mike Wood. And after the endorsement from President Trump, she skyrocketed, and she beat him so badly that he only got 3% of the vote. Tell me again, Susan Collins and Lisa Murkowski, tell me, who holds the power in the Republican Party? A simple endorsement skyrocketed her to destroy her candidate in Texas's 6th district, and he only got 3% of the vote. Republican, Rhino, Trump hater. Tell me, who has the power in the Republican Party? Woo! Now the Dum Dum of the Month award, ladies and gentlemen, for the month of April. Here we go. Dun, 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 dun. I am here to present the April 2021 Dum Dum Award of the Month. Ladies and gentlemen, as we know, it probably should go to Resident Corn Pop, but it won't be because that's too easy. Today, ladies and gentlemen, we will be giving our Dum Dum Award of April for the month of April 2021 to Rhino John Boehner. Ladies and gentlemen, ex-House Speaker John Boehner, you get the Dum Dum Award of the Month for April 2021. Yay! John Boehner, maybe you should celebrate by drinking an entire bottle of whiskey. Yay! Great job, John Boehner. You are truly the Dum Dum in April of 2021. Ladies and gentlemen, make sure you visit JeremyHerrell.com. If you can, please become a monthly donor. Anything and everything helps. Also, if you visit MyPillow.com and you do buy something from Mike and you want to support him, you want to support all those workers and the American dream and the fight that he's fighting for, don't leave without putting in the promo code LFA because it'll give you big discounts and it also helps Live from America grow. Check out old podcasts and old videos on Live from America or on JeremyHerrell.com. And folks, that's going to end the show for today. We'll see you again tonight at 5 p.m. for more Live from America right here from the Live Free or Die state of New Hampshire. And I'll actually get you some information here in a little bit. If you follow me on any of these platforms, I'll get you some more information on what's going on in Windham, New Hampshire tonight. I'm not going to call her back right now just because we pretty much got to go. But ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you very much for joining me today. I want to say God bless you, and thank you very much for everything that you guys do for me. Remember, there are right ways, there are wrong ways, but there's only one Yahweh. So stand up tall, keep your shoulders back, keep your chest out, and keep your head up high. because you are a child of God and no weapon formed against you will ever prosper. We'll see you at 5 p.m. tonight for more Live from America. All right? Have a great day, folks.
Rebirth of America.